Good morning. Today I am starting or restarting my fitness, health, weight loss journey. I've kind of been doing well, okay, honestly, I started this journey years ago, but I didn't work on my mental health, which caused me to then gain weight as I was trying to lose weight because I wasn't focusing on getting myself, mentally right. Even though I was going to therapy, I mean, therapy doesn't work if you're not honest with yourself. I was not honest with myself, so here we are. I used food as my coping mechanism, as my comfort, as a thing that just filled boredom, or like when I was happy, I would eat, when I was sad, I would eat. So now I am more able to manage my emotions and fill my space and time with other things. So I'm able to actually focus on getting myself better so that way I can actually reach the goals that I had for myself years ago. So yeah, today is just me starting to actually log it. I did have some logs in the past. I don't have them on my channel anymore, but I have two that I did. There was a one where I think I started at like 250 and the goal was to get down like 50 or 60 pounds. And then a few years later, I had gained a lot more weight. So I was getting from like, I don't know, 320 down to 250. And now I'm up to 352 as of today. And I'm trying to lose 150 pounds. So this is basically the log of doing that so that I can keep track for myself and maybe help inspire somebody else to kind of get their journey started. So I have a couple clips, or a clip I don't remember, from about a month ago. I did some measurements then because I was going to start my journey at that point of like logging it. For whatever reason, I didn't. But I do have those clips, so I'm going to go back to those just so we can see like those measurements, how I was feeling at that time. I haven't had any measurements in a while, so let me find where the last one is. The last weight I had was from last week, and that was 354.5. But on March 9th, my weight was 352.3, which was down 4.3 pounds from my previous weigh-in. So today, again, I gained some weight back, lost that weight, so that's fine. My waist was 45, which was down an inch from my previous measurement, and today it was 46.5. Hips were 59, still 59. Neck was 16.5, which was up 0.5 inches from the previous measurement, but today it's 16, so it's down, which is great. Let's see. Chest was 45.5, which was down 3.5 inches. So that's when I started to notice like my clothes started to get loose and like my bras were getting loose. Everything was just kind of loosening up like in this area. So glad about that. And then today we said it was 46, so a little bit more, but not too much. That's good. My left arm was 18.5. And today it's 17. Yeah, that's good. My right arm was 17.5, and today's 16.5. Oh, wow! That's good. My left thigh was 33, which was down 1.5 from the measurement before March. Today, saying right thigh was 33.5, which was down an inch from the previous measurement from March, and then today 32.5. So left the same, right a little less. Let's see. My calf, my left calf was 22 inches in March, which was up 0.5 from the previous measurement, and then today it is 21.5. And then my right calf today was 21 inches, And then previously it was 21.5. Oh my gosh. My body is changing. You know, like when you're trying to lose weight and it just feels like nothing's happening, nothing's changing. You look at yourself and you feel like you look the same. I think it's because you're always looking at yourself. So you don't really see changes. You won't notice things until it's like a really big change, which is why big measurements are good. I avoid them if I feel like I didn't do anything significant, which is not obviously the best way to do it. But, you know, I'm doing it now. I'm going to be more consistent with it just because, again, I felt like I wasn't making any progress, but apparently I am. I just did my measurements not too long ago, so I'm sure compared to last time I did this, there's not that much of a difference. So my weight is probably about the same at 352.4. My waist is 45.5 inches. Hips are 59 inches. Neck is 16 inches. Chest 45.5. My left arm is 17.5. My right arm is 16.5. My left thigh is 32. My right thigh is 33.5. And my left and right calf are both 21 inches. And I've been trying to like keep my measurements up a month at a time. I'll be honest, I don't do that. It's like when I know I didn't make any progress, I don't want to look, which obviously is not helping me because that's what I did in the past. Like I would know that I gained weight and I just would not acknowledge it. So then I wouldn't be able to make any changes. I would just say, you know, I think I'm doing okay. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. So I'll end up eating the same way or end up eating more and not even realizing it. So that's another like goal I have is actually logging my food, which I'm really bad at just because honestly I'm just lazy. So another thing I'm working on is not being lazy, like actively doing things even when I don't feel like it. I used to be a person who would go to the gym almost every day. Again, I wasn't eating well, so wasn't really making any changes in that front, but at least I was moving my body on a regular basis. And now I haven't been to the gym in 2 months. I've been trying to work out at home, but honestly, I'm bad at doing home workouts. I have stuff to do it. I can walk outside. I have a safe space to walk in my neighborhood, which I'm very grateful for because I know a lot of people don't have that. So, I mean, I have been walking here and there, but honestly, I just don't feel motivated to do home workouts for whatever reason. I mean, there's so many resources. I have like YouTube, there's apps, and I can walk outside. I have all my equipment that I'm constantly buying, and then I just don't use it. So I did sign up for a gym membership yesterday, just at Planet Fitness. It's close to where I live. There's one down the street from my job. I mean, there's one, feels like on every corner at this point, which is really helpful when you're trying to just get active again. And I know people have their own like Discord about Planet Fitness, whatever. It's a good place to get started or get restarted because I did have a Powerhouse gym membership and I went there for maybe, I think like 3 or 4 years, but I did start to get self-conscious. Like I went through periods where I would get very self-conscious going to that gym just because that's a gym where you have people who are training to be bodybuilders, bikini models, all those like fitness influencey type of people. So they're very fit people. They're doing things that my body just physically can't do at this time. I do have an injury or multiple injuries from a car accident I was in a couple years ago. So I used to be able to do pretty much anything I wanted to do with my body. But now I have knee injury. I had surgery last year, so I can't use my knee the way I would want to. It doesn't bend the same way, and it does have a lot of soreness and pain. I have a back injury, so I can't do a lot of things that include putting weight on my back. I have neck injury. It's a lot better than it used to be, but it's still, just applying pressure does cause pain. So it's just going to a gym where there's a lot of people who are essentially where I wish I was or where I used to be. it was hard just to see that and know that I couldn't do that. So I got really self-conscious, and of course everybody's really fit, and it just made me reflect on myself in a negative way, which caused me to not want to go to that gym anymore. So I did cancel that membership. I was like, I know this isn't good for me. Going to the gym shouldn't make you feel bad about your. I mean, there's obviously more, but that's my problem, right? I saw those people and internalized all those feelings. Like, no one ever said anything to me. No one ever looked at me weird. People just knew, like, hey, we're in a gym. We're all trying to get to whatever goal that we have. It was only me internalizing basically what I was feeling about myself, but then projecting on others, and then it was magnified basically. So I haven't been to the gym. I did move in June, and moving always kind of throws you off. But I mean, it's been a couple months now. I've been settled in for a while, so it's not really an excuse that I can use at this point anymore. And my body, I can just feel it not, I don't know, performing as well as it could. Again, I know I have those injuries and I can't do things the way I used to do, but I also know that the way my body is feeling is not a way that it should. Like, it feels very heavy, feels very sluggish. I can feel my body like swelling. Being active really does help with the way your body feels. So I am going today and trying to get myself on a schedule. For now, I'm just going to go when I feel, and my goal is to do 3 days a week. So yesterday, I'm not really counting because Saturday was last week. I'm on Sunday now. So I'm going to do, the goal is like Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, but just any 3 days really. Like, I don't want to put myself into too much of a structured schedule at this point in time, where I'm just trying to get back to going to the gym at all. But again, I think it's helpful that I have a gym where there's one everywhere, so I can go right after work. It's right down the street, maybe 5 minutes away. Same thing if I'm like, oh, I don't want to wait at work. I can come home and change my clothes. Again, it's 5 minutes from where I live. In terms of like my eating, again, I know I need to log my food because I keep saying to myself, oh, I feel like I'm doing well, or I feel like I ate well today, so I can eat this cheesecake, or I can eat these chicken nuggets from Wendy's. And I have to stop thinking like that. I have to stop thinking just because I feel like I ate okay, that means that I can just start eating whatever. And I know that has to do with me essentially being addicted to food, and it happened for so long. And again, I'm a lot better than I used to be, but there's still a lot that I have to undo or unlearn. So I'm just starting simply by tracking my food just so I know what I'm eating, because yeah, it feels like I'm not eating a lot, but we have this portion distortion where, like, especially in the United States, everything's really large portions, and we're so used to seeing those large portions that when we actually get a portion size out, we're like, oh, that doesn't seem like enough, so we add more to the plate. And then that kind of sets us back, and then we're like, why aren't we seeing any progress? Well, you're eating more than what your body needs. And that's where I'm at now. I keep telling myself, oh, I'm doing fine, but I don't actually know how I'm doing. So I tried to log my food yesterday, and if I remember correctly, I did log everything, and I ended up being under my calorie goal from all the exercise I did, but I do know I need to eat more. So that's the balance I'm trying to get to, where, like, when I'm not active, I need to make sure I'm not overeating, but then when I am active, I need to make sure I'm not undereating. So I just need to make sure I'm fueling my body properly. So that's something I have to work on. It's my eating where I have my biggest issues. I just have such a hard time ignoring my cravings or knowing what to eat to properly nourish my body. All that to say, my goals for this week are going to the gym 3 times and logging my food. So those are my 3 goals for this week's log. This is my day 1, even though I've been on this journey for years and years. This is my day 1 of really actually doing what I say I'm going to do. And this is the last time I'm going to be starting, because this time I am going to take my time, because I know I've always tried to rush it in the past, and rushing things, this is never going to produce quality results. So I'm taking my time. I'm using my resources that I have available to me, and I'm being patient with myself. And that's something that I know is hard for a lot of people, but I especially am very hard on myself. So I'm going to learn to be patient with myself and have grace. And I'm not going to see results every single week, but at least I'm going to know that I'm working towards something. So I always look at it week by week, where I'm like, oh, this week I did really bad, or this week I did really good. Instead, I need to like zoom out and look at the broader picture of how am I doing in comparison to what I did previously? Like, am I doing better than how I was doing previously? So that's really all I'm doing. I'm just trying to make myself better, even if it's just a little bit each week. So this is day number 1 of me finally getting to a place where I am comfortable in my body and essentially just getting to a good mental place, physical place, and health place.